Oh! Oh my God! Cody, you still have no idea what we're grabbing?
No.
Are we going eeling?
I'm still confused, Jim.
Are you excited? Or?
No, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know how to feel about this. Let's go find out.
All right, today we are attempting to catch one of the creepiest creatures in the ocean. They have been known to kill sharks. They are scavengers of death on the ocean floor. If Stranger Things took any inspiration from any creature in the world when they created their show, I think it was from these creatures here. Tristan, you have no idea what we're fishing for yet.
I'm gonna say either a type of eel or puffer fish, but I've never seen a puffer fish.
Okay, Cody spoiled it. He looked it up on the ride out what we were fishing for. So as creepy and nasty as these things are, they are actually a delicacy in some parts of the world. So if we're able to catch some, we might even pull the Blackstone out and try cooking them up and see how they taste. But first, we gotta see if we can even catch them. I've never caught them myself, Tristan. I don't think you guys have ever fished for them. Tristan doesn't even know what we're fishing for. Drum roll, please. We're gonna give a big reveal of what we're fishing for here. A hagfish.
Oh!
Also, more commonly known as a slime eel. So a slime eel is a nasty creature that lives on the bottom in depths of 600 to 800 feet, and they scavenge the death of the ocean floor.
Nasty.
They are basically living fossils. They have no bones, and they have not evolved for 300 million years. They're older than dinosaurs. They're just a creepy creature. So you may be wondering how these creatures were able to survive for 300 million years in the ocean with all the things that should be able to eat eels. And the secret to these things being able to survive is quite nasty. They actually have a defense mechanism. They release a slime into the ocean, and the slime is absolutely disgusting, terrifying. And I feel like Stranger Things also had slime creatures, didn't they? Some of the creatures that they had in the show produced slime. So these things quite literally remind me of creatures from Stranger Things. So there's a few reasons we're trying to catch these today. One of them is just to simply share them with you. And I've always been curious about catching them and seeing them in person. I've heard a lot about them, and there's actually a small fishery for them. I've also been curious if we can use them for lobster bait. A little later this year, as the water cools off, the lobsters will head for deeper water. We'll chase them into deeper water with our traps, and when we do, these creatures become a problem because we'll bait our traps with our lobster bait that we've worked so hard to get. You've seen the pogies that we've caught. If we set the traps down in 500 or 600 feet of water, the eels will come right behind them and clean the bait off within an hour, not giving the bait a chance to catch the lobsters that we're after. We also want to explore the delicacy side of them and cook some up and see how they taste. I'm a little nervous about that part of the video.
Pretty excited, actually.
You're gonna try them?
Oh, yeah.
You're excited to try them.
Well,
Tristan, you're gonna try them?
I'll try, but I'm not excited.
Same, I'm with Tristan.
Come on, live a little.
All right.
Cody's gonna slurp that down like spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
Jace, do you know what these barrels are used for, buddy? We're catching something else today. They look like your minnow traps, kind of, right? You shy? A little camera shy. It's all right. We're gonna catch some eels. You wanna catch eels today? All right.
I'm not gonna touch them.
You're not gonna touch them? Oh, come on. I think you could touch them. They're nasty. They get slime. You know the slime toy at home that you got? These eels make that. You gonna try eating them? No? At least someone's got a brain aboard here. So these traps, you'll notice, look a little different than our standard lobster traps. And again, I've never actually used these before. I've never fished for these. So I'm super excited to try this. This is a little bit of an experiment, if anything. I don't actually know if we're gonna be successful. My gut actually tells me that we might catch more than we want. I hope that's the problem. I hope we don't strike out, but you never know. This is fishing after all. So a friend of ours actually let us borrow these barrels. We spent the morning going and gathering them up and finding them. He had a big pile of them. It was kind of funny because Tristan and Cody had no idea what we were doing. They thought we were going to haul all day, traditional lobster fishing day. Instead, we picked these out of the pile. And they've been scratching their head all morning as to what we're doing. So the traps, again, look very different than a standard lobster trap. They're basically a barrel. They have little funnels inside of them. And inside the funnels are kind of zip tie structures that funnel in. The eels can slide their way in through the funnel, but they can't get back out. Inside of the trap, we put a bunch of fish. We got some pogies, we got some rockfish. So to open the trap, it's just a screw-on lid on the top of the barrel. We open it up, and this is how you access the trap to bait it. And this is how we'll also get the slime eels out later if we catch any. Well, pretty straightforward, I guess. I don't really know the technique to baiting a slime eel barrel. Usually in a lobster trap, we'll use bait bags or strings. We're just gonna let them float around. The part about this that I'm the most excited about is to see if these things work as lobster bait. So we're gonna haul them up later today. Hopefully we get some. If we do, we're gonna try them out and see if we can get some lobsters to eat them and see if they're an effective bait. Because if they are, it's pretty easy for us to come out here and get them. This is the area that we lobster fish anyway. This would be an awesome alternative to lobster bait for us. So Tristan, if this does work as lobster bait, how do you feel about baiting slime eels on all day, every day?
I've heard they're absolutely miserable to try and hang on to.
It's
So
slippery and slimy.
I'm not
nasty.
excited, but I think you're gonna love watching it.
You
with
got the
these.
right gloves on for it anyway.
Yeah, I can say I'm gonna get ready for some glove jokes.
The dishwashing gloves.
Don't forget, fellas, we also get to eat these. It's pretty fierce about it.
Cody's
So
excited.
while you're baiting them on, you can also eat them.
Yeah, just have a
They
quick snack.
They eat them raw. Yeah, overseas they just eat them as is.
How about we just leave the heads on them and I'll just bite the head off each one.
Yeah. As you're baiting them on, you won't even need to bring a lunch. So back when my dad was younger and they caught these on accident, they actually had a little bet to see if dad could bite one in half. And he was telling me the story about it the other day. And he said when he bit it, he couldn't even leave a mark in it with his teeth. It left such a slime coat on his teeth, he couldn't get it off. He tried brushing his teeth. He couldn't get the slime out of his mouth for like hours after he bit into it. So I don't know if we do want to try eating them raw. I think we should probably try to cook the slime off of them. But Cody, if you're up for it, you can try eating one raw. Rarely do fish actually eat them because they fill their mouth full of slime, but if a fish were to actually eat it, they end up in the stomach of the fish. That slime can't be digested by the fish, so the eel just lives in the stomach of the fish, and then it eats its way back out. So worst case scenario, you got a live eel in your stomach that's trying to gnaw its way out of you.
Well, yeah, but I'm not a fish.
Okay, so you got stronger stomach acid than a fish.
Definitely.
Okay.
I personally think Jacob should try to do better than his dad and see if he can put
See
a
if I
mark.
can-
I think he should try to put a mark in one of these eels.
I'll
Yes,
pay $50
I
out of
totally-
my wallet to whoever eats
To
one
bite it,
raw.
okay. Let's just get them overboard now. We're getting crazy. Sinking rather slow. It's not sinking. It's gonna sink in a minute. It felt kind of strange to set your traps out and watch them float behind you. All 5 of them were right on the surface until the anchor went. But we set them, for some reason, in 666 feet of water. So we're
Oh, you chose that
We're
number.
fishing for the creepiest creature in the ocean at a depth of 666 feet. The day after Friday the 13th.
Why don't you just say the P word too?
Yeah, why don't we just
Might as
eat a
well.
banana and say the P word?
Get all superstitions right out of the way.
Good enough, bro.
That's 130 fathom rope.
How long will those have to sit?
I don't know. Good question. We have no idea how long to let him sit. I think we're going to let him sit for about 4 or 5 hours. We're going to go check a few lobster traps. We're in the area anyway where our traps are. They have a short set on them, so we're not anticipating hauling a lot of traps today. We're going to go have a little peek at them, see how they're looking.
I think they probably only need an hour.
You don't think they need to set long? All right, we're fishing. The slime eel barrels are on bottom in 666 feet of water. We're gonna check a few lobster traps, see if we can catch anything cool real quick for you. Before we know it, we're gonna be checking them out. I'm actually kind of excited to check them out.
I am. I'm really excited.
I'm pumped. Something new, something different.
I feel it's just one of those things you do once and then you don't want to do it again now.
Oh no, after you taste them babies, you're gonna be like, man, we gotta get some more of these. You can eat the slime eels and drink the slime. Crabs are still here. So the slime eel barrels hit bottom around 8 o'clock. We're gonna check a few lobster traps on a shorter set. We're mostly just curious to see if the crabs that we've been battling with all summer have dried up. We're hoping that they have. We're gonna haul for a little bit. We're gonna go back and check the barrels probably around noontime. We'll give them like a 4-hour soak. Hopefully that's long enough to at least catch a few eels. We don't need a lot of them, and to be honest, I'm actually hoping we don't get a lot of them. I think it's a possibility that we fill all 5 of those barrels, which would not be ideal because these things, when I tell you they produce slime, it's slime like you can't imagine. One of them can fill a 5-gallon bucket of slime. So if we catch like 500 of them, this whole boat's we're gonna be swimming in slime. So I don't really know how big they are. I think some of the smaller ones are like this. I think the average is like 16 inches to 2 feet long. Ideally, we catch like a dozen or so. A dozen would be a nice number. We could show you what the slime eels look like. That would be enough for us to try them out for bait and not completely destroy the boat with slime. If we catch 400 or 500, I'm a little nervous about that. We might just have to dump a couple of them over. All right, let's get a few traps hauled. Hopefully these crabs eased up. The crabs have not eased up at all. They are thick. And they're preventing the lobsters from climbing in because they're eating all of our bait before the lobsters even get a chance to come check it out. We were hoping they eased up by now. Maybe next haul. Wait, steady, steady, fire! All right. We are not having much success with the lobster fishing. Hopefully we can put our slime eel hats on and have more luck with the slime eels because the lobster fishing sucks. We're pretty discouraged with the lobster fishing. Trap after trap, we're just catching more and more crabs. So we're kind of stuck here waiting for them to leave. Until they leave, we're not gonna have very much production on the lobster side. We're setting out the last one of the day and our excitement has overcame us. We're actually pretty excited to go haul the slime eel barrels and see if we got any. I've never been so excited to catch something so nasty. Anything but crabs at the moment. Anything really. Anything, any day. I just love fishing for pretty much anything. Except for Jonah crabs. I think I could probably do with never catching a Jonah crab again.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
I'll go fishing all around the world for anything, anytime, any place, any temperature, any weather. But I'm good on Jonah crabs for the next few months. It's now 11:30. They've been sitting 3.5 hours. I know when they eat the bait off of our lobster traps, it only takes them about an hour, if that. All right, 1,000 feet of rope later, here comes the first barrel from the depths of the ocean, 666 feet. Oh, it's heavy. It's either water or eels. I don't know. I don't know if I see anything in there or not. We better have got at least one. Man, these things are kind of weird. No looking inside. We're gonna pull all 5 up, put them in the floor.
Eyes a shot.
Eyes are shot. Barrel number 2. Come on, baby. That does look weird. Oh, we got a snarl.
Oh.
They landed on top of each other. Look, the slime. We got slime, boys.
Yeah.
We didn't strike out. All right. Look at the slime. Look at the slime running out of it. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. Look at all the slime coming out. Oh, it's full. Ah! Oh my God. Oh! Look at your feet.
It doesn't even.
Oh, man.
God, that sticks right to you.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Wow.
This stuff is just like glue.
That's a nasty little creature right there.
It's so gross.
Holy crap.
Oh my Lord! Look at it on
Wow. Look, it looks like a spider web.
It does.
Nasty stuff.
Jacob, you nailed it. That is just like spiderweb.
I haven't felt it yet. I'm very.
I just meant the look.
That is so weird.
There's a lot of them in there, you guys.
Oh my God.
This one did too. Wow, that is nasty.
I think that they're gonna be everywhere by the time we get done. If this is one like.
Well, the thing is, the door came off of it is what screwed us.
Still quite a few in there for it.
Can you see his mouth?
God, I'm trying. That is so gross.
Oh, nasty.
That is a nasty creature right there.
That is nasty. Look at him on the floor.
Look at that. It looks like ice.
What do I do with my hands? That is so gross. This has got to be the grossest thing I've seen on that boat.
We got 3 left to haul. We're gonna have more than we need. We're gonna have a mess on our hands is what we're gonna have. Oh my God! Oh, look at the slime.
Oh my God. It's just like mucus.
So we're also kind of hoping that we might maybe get an octopus in these. Octopus live in the deep parts of the ocean as well. And I think octopus can fit in through these holes, and I believe octopus eat fish. So after we get them all in the boat, we're gonna sort through them, see if we got any bycatch along with the slime eels.
Look at it just stringing right along.
That is so gross. Give me that hand.
Wow. I guess we didn't consider if we were setting these back out, but I don't think we are. I think we got plenty. It's all over the rope. It's everywhere.
Oh my God. That's so nasty.
I bet you this has to be close to dirtiest job.
Yeah, could you imagine doing this for a living?
No, this is a dirty job.
Well, this is the new career, boy.
This is it. Tristan, this is your bait right here. Get used to it.
Oh, man, another barrel full.
Wow, Jacob, that was only set.
I don't think we needed 5 barrels. Yeah, that's true too. It'd be interesting to see how much bait is left. Oh, they'd be right full. You wouldn't even get them in the boat.
They'd be full to the point nothing else could get in.
They're climbing out through the holes back here everywhere.
Oh my God.
I knew it was going to be nasty.
That is some sticky stuff, isn't it? Last barrel, boys! Barrel number 5. My God!
Yeah, I think there's probably some in there. Just guessing.
Look at this one, squirting stuff out of it. Is that slime? That must be the slime. That must be the stuff that turns into slime. They actually look like something out of Stranger Things. Look at his teeth. Look.
Yeah, they're like yellow.
So there's no question we got plenty of slime eels. We don't know quite how many. We're gonna open the barrels one at a time, see what we got. They're coming out of them everywhere though. All right, behind door number 1. Plenty of eels. The bait is still there. They didn't eat all the bait. Tristan, you're right. If you let those set for a night,
It'd be ridiculous.
they'd be right full. Any octopus? We've got a lot of eels. These things are gross. What are we doing? They didn't touch much of the bait. Ate some of it, but not much. All right, behind door number 2. Oh man, we got a lot in there.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
This is the one that has a lot.
Yeah, it's literally like an inch thick of just slime.
lots and lots of slime. Ugh.
Oh, dude, it looks just like mucus.
God, it is. This stuff comes out as mucus, and then when it hits the salt water, it expands 10,000 times and suffocates anything trying to eat it.
I can see why.
If you were to slurp this thing down and eat it, it would hit your stomach, and your stomach would fill full of that slime, and then the thing would eat its way out of you. Look at this right here.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Oh my god. You know what this barrel's gonna be like when they're all in it?
That is nuts. So when they find something to eat on bottom, when they start eating it, they eject all of this slime, and they make a big slime coat in the water. It just
the whole fish in there.
So they make a slime coat around the fish, so that way no other fish, lobsters, crabs, nothing else can come in and eat it. Just them.
That's unreal.
The texture is like nothing I've ever felt. It's like part slime, part spider web.
Oh.
They're actually working on trying to make biodegradable plastics out of this. Scientists are pretty fascinated with these creatures and trying to find uses for it. Because it's like a stringy, I mean, it's not, it's slime, I guess, but it's extremely tough. I feel like you could make rope out of that.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Those things are nasty, aren't they, Jace? You gonna hold one, Jace? Why not? You don't want to hold one? Wow, they are nasty. I got you something, Jace. I got you a present.
Look at it and cage the fish.
The fish is inside of that. That is nuts.
That's kind of smart when you
Look
think
at
about
that,
it,
Jace.
though.
That came
Nothing
out of
else
those
you get.
eels.
It's literally like burying your food on.
They do it so nothing eats them. That's a slime eel egg.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. They actually don't know how these things reproduce. Scientists, like I said, are pretty blown away by these things. That's a slime eel egg. That looks like what you want to eat, Cody, right there.
Look at the like.
Looks like a little green
stuff
bean.
coming out of it too. Like, I wonder if that's him breaking out.
You want to eat it?
I can't believe your dad took a bite out of one of these.
The texture of the slime is like nothing you've ever seen before. Look at that. It's like part spider web, part slime.
Wow, I just felt his teeth.
He bit you?
He's got my glove.
I can't even open my hands. This is straight out of Stranger Things, right? This has to be where that was inspired from. We'll never get this boat cleaned up. All right, behind door number 3, we got plenty of eels. No bycatch yet. I don't know if we will get any bycatch. Looks like it's,
Hey, I don't know what would want to go in with these things.
don't know. More eels.
Oh my god! Throw it in the water. I want to see if it expands. Look how it stays solid.
It's like, no, it's the,
It's just like saran wrap.
it does. It's actually the closest texture I could probably relate it to is saran wrap.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Look at the gulls.
The gulls are eating it.
No.
You guys, come on.
No.
Have some self-respect.
We got some pogies or something you can
I'm
eat.
gonna say.
That's it for trap 3. Behind door number 4. Can you guess? More slime eels.
If that was only 3 hours, I cannot imagine.
I can't imagine
how
a
many
long
are
set.
down
A
there.
long set would be unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And I bet at night they're more active too.
High five, Jeremy.
Oh yeah. Do you think that'd be a good beard bomb?
Yeah, a slimy saran wrap texture. And again, scientists are so fascinated with this stuff because they're exploring new potential uses for it. Since it's such a unique substance, they're looking into making biodegradable plastics out of this. So maybe we'll even try to dry some, see if we can make some plastic ourselves. They use the skin. All of your eel skin, wallets, and boots, this is technically what they come from. The 5th and final barrel. Oh, we struck out on the 5th one.
That
Nothing.
was the first one we pulled up, remember?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that one, but I'm not bummed out we didn't have anything in it. We got plenty of slime eels. Let's check them out.
How do people eat them?
So these things are generating enough slime as it is, but supposedly the salt water is really what triggers it. When it first comes out, it's fairly small, but the salt water interacts with it and causes it to expand 10,000 times its original size. That's what gives these guys the ability to sometimes even kill sharks. If a shark will bite them, which they sometimes will do, they'll try to eat them. When a shark bites them, they'll fill the shark's mouth full of this slime, and then as soon as it enters the shark's mouth, it'll expand up to 10,000 times and get stuck all through the gills of the shark. And I can't imagine being a fish and having this stuck in my lungs. In a fish's case, they're just gills, but same idea. I can see how they could kill some crazy species. So we're gonna put the slime theory to the test. We're gonna fill it with salt water and see if this slime does multiply. I'm assuming some of that multiplication has already happened, but maybe we can get a little bit more slime out of them. Oh my God, look at that. Bubbles. There's bubbles, all right.
Their own slime, I'm guessing.
Ugh, man, you can feel them squirting the slime out. And you can see the little pores on the side of them. That's where they actually eject the mucus from. Nasty little things. They actually have no bones in them. They're made of just cartilage. They have no jaws, no bones, no head, no nothing. They're completely soft, and they're basically living fossils. And the secret to how they survive is this slime that they produce, this nasty, nasty slime. I'm not as grossed out by it as I thought I was gonna be honest. I'm actually kind of impressed by it. The closest thing that I could relate it to is like a saran wrap. You don't get this texture very often in nature. I guess maybe a spider web would be the only other thing that I could compare it to in nature, but it's so much stronger than a spider web. What is that? I guess it's just a bunch of junk from bottom. I can't even get it out of there. It's just bones, fish bones. When they find some kind of dead creature on bottom, they approach it and they start gnawing on it with these cartilage teeth that they have in their mouth. The teeth are absolutely crazy looking. They have so many rows of teeth. Kind of like sharks, I guess. Ah, man, like a lamprey eel, kind of. I don't know. They have a lot of teeth, and they start gnawing on the dead fish on bottom. And when they do, they start ejecting this slime and coating it in the slime, so that way other fish that come in, other sharks, lobsters, crabs, they have a hard time getting to it. So they basically claim that dead fish on bottom and devour it. They'll strip it all the way to the bone in just a matter of minutes, as we can see from some of our bait that was completely destroyed. And after they have a good meal, I guess supposedly they won't eat again for months. And I don't have an exact number, but I would say in the run of a year, these guys can probably eat upwards of $10,000 in bait. So we end up going to alternative baits, some baits that are harder for these guys to eat, try to avoid them cleaning our bait off before the lobsters have a chance to get to it. And that ultimately ends up not fishing as well for lobsters either, but it's the only option we got when we get into that deeper water. You can actually see the organs inside of this thing moving around. Because we actually want to experiment and maybe try to use them for lobster bait, because if we can use these for lobster bait, maybe if they work, the slime eels won't be attracted to them. So maybe we can fish strictly for lobsters and use these for bait. They're free, they're abundant. It would be the best of both worlds. We could get away from the slime eels while still catching lobsters. We won't get a chance to haul them today, but in the next video we'll check them out and we'll let you know how they fished. I can see the eggs under the skin moving around. You see them?
Yeah, they're like moving all down.
Whoa! They're also hermaphrodites, so there's no male or female. These things are both male and female, every single one of them. They can all reproduce. Maybe that's part of their secret to surviving for 300 million years. So another fun fact about these things is that they don't have any eyes. They only have little light sensors right here behind their nostril, and that's all they do is detect light. They can't actually see anything. They're actually underneath the skin. And that little hole you can see right in the front there is actually their nostril and what they use to smell. And as disgusting and nasty as they are, they're actually considered a delicacy in parts of the world. So that's another reason we're out here trying to catch them today. We're actually gonna give them a try. We're gonna cook some up on the Blackstone. This is the part I'm least excited about. Even if this thing does somehow taste good, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get over the fact that this comes from this. Maybe we should try eating the slime too. All right, here we go. We're pulling up some lobster traps. We're gonna try baiting the slime eels on. Tristan's not so happy about it. He doesn't think this is such a cool idea, and he's hoping they don't catch lobsters. I'd like to see him not catch crabs. How cool would it be if they only caught lobsters and not crabs?
That would be really cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Thank you for the bait bag, Tristan. I think these are gonna work. They're bleeding. Lobsters love blood, they love juice. This has got both. I don't know if I'd call it juice, but I'm curious if they're still making slime while they're dead. I hope not, because we're about to eat them. Hopefully when we pull this trap up in a few days, it's not just covered in slime and just empty. Slime eel shish kebabs, anybody?
I'll take 2.
Okay.
Medium rare. Actually, you know, let's go well done.
I think if we did this, we'd need a designated bait guy. Oh, this is awful.
Hey Jake, just use this knife.
Okay.
If you're wondering how sticky this stuff is.
All right, here we go. Lobster shish kebab. Crabs don't like them, lobsters love them. I think I'm going over to Team Tristan. I hope they don't work. We've been like 15 minutes baiting this 5. Wrap them right around the cleat. Look, that's the stuff when it comes out small. When that hits the water, it expands. All right, we got 2 traps baited on bait bags, 2 traps with them strung on. We're gonna see how they compare. All right, so before we start cooking these tasty looking creatures, we actually have a few other things in plan that we want to experiment with. We're gonna try drying the slime out, which is what they're experimenting with. I don't know, I'm just curious to see what the texture is of this after it's been dried out. This is what they're trying to make the biodegradable plastics out of. Supposedly you can make some strings, ropes, maybe some bracelets out of it. I don't know, who wouldn't want a bracelet made out of slime eel slime? Maybe that'll be our merch. So we're gonna lay this out in the sun, let it dry. We're also going to try to process the skin, which is what they actually use to make some leather. Some high-end leather products, boots, wallets, are made out of slime eel slime. It's very durable and very lightweight. It's a popular skin used in leather making. So we're going to give it a try. They also make boots, hats. I don't know. I think it could be cool if we could actually figure out how to make something out of these. I'd rock a slime eel hat. That'd be pretty cool. This might just be a complete fail. Who knows? If it does work, we'll give you updates in the next videos. For now, we're going to get to cooking. All right, here we go. The moment you guys might have been waiting for. I don't know if we've been waiting for this moment. The cooked portion of the slime eel day. We've dispatched them. We've tried to get some that aren't too slimy. Videos that I've seen of people doing this, they go kind of crazy when you put them on the stove. But just know they're not alive. They might freak out a little bit. Here we go.
They do.
Yeah.
They rotisserate them.
Oh, don't that smell good? Yeah. Cody's going first on this.
I feel like I'm gonna have to peel the leather back there.
The slime coming out the sides of him kind of creeping me out a little bit.
That's like really terrible.
I'll be honest with you, Tristan. We're going well done. Thing is even if they're good, you would never know it because you'd never be able to get over the fear factor of it. I'm grossed out just looking at it.
Give it a poke.
It's very tough. I can't smell anything. They don't smell bad. Oh, the skin's coming right off.
Good. Hey, we're cooking up snacks.
Try it.
You fellas
Try
want
it.
some?
Here.
What is it?
Try it. We haven't tried it. It's hot. Watch out. Take the skin off.
It's too hot.
Is it too hot?
She's too hot.
Jeez, that don't look very good. Ain't it tough, too? Philip, you might as well try
Is
it.
it one of them rhymo eels or something?
It's worse. It's a slime eel.
Oh my God.
Try a piece of it.
Let me see.
But
I'm not an idiot.
I did season it.
Get right up, man.
I did see it. What? Here you go, Kyle. Kyle's
Don't give me, I don't want the
Jacob.
skin piece.
Kyle's from Louisiana.
Louisiana, they eat that normally down there?
Everything.
There you go.
Probably one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. It's supposed to be a delicacy, I guess.
They're a delicacy.
Ain't nothing delicate about
Are you good? They do. They eat them in
Ain't
where?
nothing delicate about
Korea. Oh, gee.
Get some what?
Oh. Oh my God. Dang. Holy cow, I puked. Well, he ate it for us. Now we don't have to. Took a great big bite. Look at here. I think it was like medium rare too. Oh man, I ain't looking forward to this. The skin is coming right off, but it's not helping it. Trouble is, that's where all the seasoning was.
Just like a worm.
It's nasty. It's nastier without the skin. I don't know if I can eat that, guys. I think I'm gonna puke before we even eat it.
I think it makes it look worse.
It looks nastier without the skin.
It really does.
It stinks.
I can't.
To be honest, I wasn't dreading it that bad until I just watched the effort that went into having. Did you see how hard he bit that? That didn't bite easy. That was tough. And the fact that he just voluntarily didn't even hesitate, he was just like, I'll eat that. He said it was the worst thing he's ever had. I'm dreading it more than I thought I would. But we gotta finish the video. It's looking better now that it's cooked without skin on a little bit. No, it doesn't, does it? I'm trying to talk myself into, I need a hot dog bun and some ketchup, and I don't even think I can cut it in half with this. Look, you can't cut it.
It almost looks like a snake.
It's tough. It's like rubber. I don't know how they eat them over there. I'm gonna puke trying to cook it. And I haven't even got it near my mouth yet. Look at that tube in the middle of it.
I'm done.
That ain't good. We might tap out on this one. Jeremy might take one for the team here.
I mean, I'll try the edges. I ain't eating the middle. I would have gutted the thing.
I think
before
I'm
cooked
tapping
it.
out on this one.
All right,
You think she's officially done?
2 Gulf of Maine sausages coming up. All
Wait, this little piece on the end. I'll try that.
Everything you're doing.
right, I got a nice clean piece right here. This is the delicacy part. This is the part that everybody goes after, Tristan. Here. Just
I'm doing it
picture
at the same time as you.
Nice
I'm
white
not
piece
having
of
you
it.
play any dirty pranks.
I'm telling you, I'm not swallowing it.
I won't swallow it either, but I'm not going to put it in my mouth and have you throw yours over.
No, I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I'm gonna chew it
I'm
up.
not a Jacob.
If it's not that horrid, I might swallow it, but I'm probably just gonna Spit it back out. I'm just gonna get the flavor.
All right, you give the countdown, boss.
I actually got a decent looking piece, I think.
This is worse than the tube ride almost.
Hold on. I got a worm in mine.
For real?
No.
Shark!
Why would anyone eat this?
Why are we about to eat it? I actually say the flavor is not terrible. The texture is horrid. It's like a rubber boot. The flavor is, I can tolerate the flavor.
I can taste the seasoning a little bit there. I mean, it's not
Jace, you want a
that
piece?
bad, but
No.
Ah, that's horrid.
That's as
It's
bad.
horrid.
Look, that's bad.
That'll bring
you
your
made fun of me and he's getting hot mouth.
that'll bring your gag reflexes out.
really
I'm
good.
starting to
So I
sweat.
can
Kind of like bubble gum, right?
Just take little pieces. Yeah.
Dad, just jump the overboard.
Just dump it overboard, Jason.
God, I wish I had a drink right
Is that piece good?
Oh, it's different. It's definitely different, boys. You know, it's edible.
Oh, it's
It's
edible.
definitely edible.
Yeah.
Now I think if we cooked it
Right.
the way they normally cook
Yeah.
it, this is not the way anybody
Yeah.
normally cooks anything.
I don't think it is.
Dramatic.
No. It's, no. Nasty.
Nasty.
Nasty. This concludes the slime eel catch and cook. Probably the only slime eel catch and cook on the internet, maybe. We might have a world record here. The world's only catch and cook for slime eel, hagfish. If we try it again, we're gonna have some Koreans with us, showing us the right way to cook them, because that was horrid. The flavor, I will say, the flavor wasn't unbearable, but the texture was not good. The texture was probably, what are we saying the texture's like? I can't even really compare it to
It
something.
reminds me of literally like squid.
No, it's a lot tougher than a squid. A really tough octopus is similar. I've had octopus before that was kind of that same texture. Anyway, that's a wrap. Next video, we're doing a catch and cook for some Angus ribeye steaks. We'll see you there.